Hello and welcome to another episode of the Side Quest podcast. I'm your normal speaking host, Ryan Hoffman. With me, as always, the unflappable Cameron Sellers.
Unflappable?
Cameron, how you doing, buddy? You seem flapped. Are you flapped? I feel
my flabbers have been gasted.
You feel pretty unflappable normally, but anyway, welcome,
that
welcome,
intro caught me off guard.
welcome, everyone to the show. The show that you listen to, watch, consume, eat, whatever you want to do with it.
They eat the show, huh?
Yep, yeah, consumers, right?
Okay.
If you're new to the show, hey, thanks for listening. Thanks for clicking on this. We are a podcast that talks about pop culture, superheroes, movies, sci-fi, all things millennial nostalgia.
Until it gets derailed and we talk about random things.
Until we fight about how many Pop-Tarts we eat, things like that.
Okay, one of these times, we're going to have a full episode dedicated to how many Pop-Tarts you should eat in one sitting.
Okay, listen, before we get into the show, I'm just going to stake my claim here. I have one Pop-Tart at a time.
They come in a pack of 2!
Yes, but listen, in this economy, you want to have 8 sittings of Pop-Tarts, don't you?
Just buy a second box. Go to Costco.
No, just get one box.
No.
Eat one, and then all you need is one. It's just like having one big
stale.
cookie. No, they don't. Put them in a Ziploc. It's fine. You just leave them. Yeah, it's fine.
Just leave them.
Listen, man, they stay pretty fresh. Ziploc, their technology, they know what they're doing. Honestly.
You're trying to save money by eating one Pop-Tart at a time, but then you're going to spend more money on Ziploc.
Exactly. Synergy. Well, that's kind of why we're called Side Quest, because we get derailed. But trust me, we do have a good show for you lined up today. First and foremost, Cam, how's the summer going, man? It's midsummer. You do anything cool? Yeah,
dude, it's hot. It is. I am not the kind of person that likes heat. So many people is like, oh, I can't wait for the summer. It's like, I am a Canadian boy through and through. Give me my winter. I like -20 over plus 25 any day of the week.
Fair, honestly. But I mean, listen, summertime's great for just hanging out and doing stuff. The other week I got to see some family. Went to my uncle's cottage. We were celebrating my cousin's wedding celebration.
Nice.
And it was great because we had a bunch of family over, and so I got to see my niece. And my niece is 9 years old, and she's one of the smartest kids you will ever meet, because she started watching with my brother Digimon. Like
classic,
like original Digimon.
Okay.
Like season 1, like Tai, all those guys, Agumon, Gabumon, you name them. And man, she knows ball. She was quizzing me on Digimon, or describing them to me, like just the physical description of what they look like. And I was like, oh man, like getting maybe
keep it in your toes, huh?
Yeah, honestly, like I was like getting maybe like 40% of them, but then she would say the name and I'm like, oh my God, like I remember that. Like it was all coming back to me. Like it just, my brain was flooded with memories. But yeah, so it was sick. So it was great. And what's really funny is like kids obviously now are like, so like they need new things every single week, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure as a kid you had this too of like, oh, now I don't like that anymore. Like eventually, right? Like you play with something and you're like, oh, I don't really play with that anymore. Or I watch that, I don't really watch it anymore. So I was like, oh, like I asked my niece, I was like, do you still like Pokemon? And she's like, I don't really like Pokemon as much as like I like Digimon now. And I was like, oh my God.
It's like that new fascination.
I was like, that's gonna like, you're probably always gonna like Pokemon a little bit, but it's like very funny to me to kind of see that in real time of like, I'm just like kind of not really into it right now. So, but yeah. So
comes in waves.
Comes in waves for sure. So, but speaking of ways that things are and were, so we got some big controversy news to kind of talk about, and that's going to be kind of our first segment today is if you're in the gaming space, you probably already heard this. If not, Sony, makers of PlayStation, recently announced that starting in January 2028, they are going to be releasing games digital only.
Yeah, so there's been a lot of back and forth in the industry right now with kind of how that's going to shape things for many different avenues, whether it's brick and mortar stores, retro games coming back in, kind of thing. It's like, I've been a digital game buyer for many years at this point, mainly for my own simplicity. Like back on the PS2, PS3 days kind of thing, having a disc meant more then, I find, than having a disc now. What I find right now is whether you buy a disc or get it digitally, like that disc still is only an access key.
Yeah, because you just have to install it and wait, 1 hour
right,
for a
because
games
nowadays are so much larger than they were in console past that the games can't fit on the disc anymore.
Mhm.
Like a Blu-ray disc can hold, I think, a maximum of 100 gigabytes. Well, a lot of mainline games
Are way more than that, yeah.
more than that.
Yeah.
So you have to have the disc as the access key, which then starts the download, and then you download the rest of it from the internet.
And even like it's console to console too, because isn't like Xbox a lot of times like multiple discs, and then PlayStation's usually just like one disc.
That's the thing, right? That's how Xbox combats things on their end, is they can do multiple discs sometimes. They sometimes have that on PlayStation as well. Like, I know a lot of the Final Fantasy games have multiple discs because they're so large, right? But again, I think that's kind of annoying, at least in my books. I know like Cyberpunk, when that first came out, it had the download disc and then had the play disc.
Yeah.
So you had to do one and then the other. But it's like, cool. If that game gets delisted in say 10, 15 years, that disc won't do anything, whether you own it now or not, because all these games require some kind of online play, online access, where whether you have the disc or not, it's still not protected, which is what so many people are complaining about right now, is for protecting games. Because if I had a game on my PS2 or on PS1, yeah, I could put that in and play the game like there's no tomorrow.
Well, that's kind of the thing with these server-based games, is like the game doesn't exist if it's not online. So
Right.
like if you are playing, you know, a like a sports game or a battle royale or whatever, where it's like it's always connected to the internet, it always constantly needs updates, you're gonna, if the server goes away, look at how many games have come out and it's like, oh, it's a new like hero shooter, or it's a new like battle royale, and they're like, oh, our game didn't do well, we're shutting down the servers. It's
But
like,
the sad
gone.
thing is that it's not even multiplayer games. Some solo single player games still have required online pairing.
Right.
So if their servers
True.
go down for whatever reason, the single player story game becomes unplayable.
That's kind of always weird to me, because like if you have a game that doesn't require you to be connected to somebody else's console, why do I need to be connected to
Right.
your server? Right. So like imagine
that-
if like God of
it-
War came out and was like, oh, you need to be like have an internet connection. Like there have been so many times where I've seen games have the thing on the little disclaimer on the box, on the physical box, that says internet required, and you're like, but why? Like even controversial shooter Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, which was very, very not good in most people's eyes. I enjoyed it. But that had basically like you could just play the game completely solo and just have AI controlled like teammates.
Similar with another game, Anthem, that I liked so much, but it got shut down and now I can't play it anymore.
Exactly. So their prime example is you get rid of something digital, it's gone. Like we can still go, like we just, like to, you know, peek behind the curtain, we just recorded a gameplay today that was a game that came out in 2001.
And as long as we have that disc, we'll be able to always play that
Yeah,
game.
exactly. As long as it's backwards compatible on Xbox or whatever, you can still play it no matter what.
So my information into this kind of controversy that everyone's having is that I think it's focusing on the wrong things. I could care less about discs in general. What I think needs to be the main focus is how the licensing and how ownership works when it comes to digital content as well. Because
Yes.
if we owned our digital content, the disc situation wouldn't be a problem because we'd have it for as long as we have digital access to the content, right? But that's what the problem is that digital content is so easily manipulated on the server side that they can take it away without warning or without contacting you to kind of ask permission first, right? It just kind of, oh, this isn't yours, you're renting a license to it, is what the whole controversy is right now. Not necessarily, oh, if we have the disc, we have the game forever. What it should be focusing on is, hey, if I bought this game, I should have total access to it until the day I die, kind of thing.
Yeah, listen, if we're going to go back to not owning our games, they should just bring back Blockbuster. Like
Honestly.
like just rent. Like that was so sick as a kid, was like renting a game for a week, and then like luckily the games that we would rent, like for, you know, Xbox 360, PS3, whatever.
Lego Indiana Jones, that's the only reason I played that is because I rented from Blockbuster.
Dude, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, I played the campaign and I didn't give a shit about the multiplayer, so, you know, I just got it from Blockbuster, whatever. I beat the Ghostbusters game, I remember,
Nice.
from Blockbuster. But yeah, like you just play it for a couple days and it's like, okay, yeah, you're cool with not owning it because you don't need to play it for that long. But yeah, like now it's, you want to have that game forever. And sure, you could have it as a gigabyte storage, you know, monster on your console, or you can have it as a disc. Either way, it's still going to take up space.
Well, I was gonna say, going back on the PS3 days, that's why I used to buy discs, is because there actually was a difference whether you bought it physically or digitally.
Yeah, that stopped existing for like in like the sort of the PS4, Xbox One era, right?
Well, because again, it goes to game size. If you bought a game physically on PS3, you could put the game in and play it off the disc. Or if you bought it digitally, then you could play it off the console. And really it depended on how much storage you had. Like most consoles back then, I think, had 64 gigabytes of storage. So if you're playing a 16 gig game, but it's on the disc, you don't have to download anything to your console. You can play multiple games. But if you download digitally, you can only hold so many games for you to download it, re-download, all that kind of stuff, right? So that was the benefit of having disc-based games on that generation, is because it was all maintained on the disc.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist nowadays.
Even like Switch, like the base Switch 1 when it came out was like 32 gigs, and they included bundles that had like Mario Odyssey or whatever, and that game took up like most of the drive, which was just like probably like a
But again, that's why I buy games physically on Nintendo, is because most of the game is stored on the cartridge, and you don't have to download anything to the console.
Yeah. And I just like having the physical copy of the game, because it just like the sort of aesthetic of like having a collection is a lot more visible when you have the physical item. And
Listen,
also,
as someone who lost an entire DS library, sometimes having digital is a little bit better than physical, especially when it comes to cartridges that small and losable.
That's
right?
That's different, because that's
sometimes
handheld.
I was gonna say, sometimes you put a cartridge in your pocket and it goes through the wash.
Ooh, yeah, and then you're fucked.
Well, I remember back when I used to work at EB Games here in Canada, we used to say cover warranties like, hey, yeah, this is covered if you accidentally put it through the wash, because kids play this. Like, this is how we sold it to parents. Like, your kids are going to put this in their pocket. You're not going to check. It's going to go through the wash. It's going to break. You bring it to us. We will give you a new one.
Yeah.
That's what, like, the warranty covers all. And the warranty sold every time, because they realized how small these cartridges were. They can get lost. They can get stolen. They can get damaged. And again, that's a plus for digital, but it's also, hey, more, tangible to have that physical thing than you can, hey, look, this is mine, I can keep it. As long as you take care of it, it's going to work forever.
Yeah. And naturally, a lot of gamers in the world have had backlash to this announcement that Sony did, and because a lot of people still like physical games, they don't want to have to be forced to buy digital. I mean, okay, yeah, it's probably like a good amount that's people are like, who cares, I'm downloading digitally anyway so that I can play Call of Duty or 2K at midnight on the day it comes out. But there's a good amount of people who are collectors who like having those physical copies of the games. And Sony's actual statement on their website, they said, in response to shifting trends in consumer preference, new games will be released on PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only.
So I do think like 75% of the PlayStation audience buys digital.
Oh, for sure. But like, listen to that last part. At retailers in digital formats only. So they're not even like going to produce the disc, which, okay, fair.
It's going to be a code in the box.
It's just or is it even just going to be a code? Like, not even a box? Because why would they produce a plastic box to send to a retailer just to be like, hey, here's a box?
Well, because that's what's going on right now. Like, if you look on Nintendo, if you look at Xbox, they have a sheet of paper in the game case that has a code on it, and that's what you use to download.
And then you throw it out.
But I mean, the biggest game to come out in the last 2 decades, Grand Theft Auto 6,
coming out
is
in the fall.
Strictly digital. Before PlayStation even announced this news, they said this game is only coming out digitally. There is no word of them doing a physical edition. They're saying there's a collector's edition, and that they would possibly consider
a disc
later.
Yep.
But this would be probably a year after, like after the PC version comes
So
out.
here's the funny thing about that is, first of all, it's GTA 6. It's like you said, it's going to be like the biggest game ever.
It sold $4.5 billion worth of pre-orders in the first week.
Are you serious? Holy crap.
This is a digital pre-order for a game that comes out months from now. That's something that baffles me. It's like, why would you pre-order a digital thing that there's going to be infinite inventory of?
Yeah, exactly.
There's no shortage of a digital game, so why are we pre-ordering?
Yeah, I mean, it's the hype, it's the excitement, it's the like the pre-order bonuses is like you get cars and weapons and stuff like that.
But that's the thing. If so many people are worried about a digital only future, how did $4.5 billion get made week 1?
It's insane. But the budget of that game is probably like that much. Like it's easily a $1 billion game.
Easily.
Like just to make. So the whole idea of like just being a digital code in a box and not having a disc totally eliminates the whole like resale market or like the used market or whatever. Because they want to make as much money from this game as they possibly can, because it costs so much, and they're going to be supporting it for like the next decade.
They're locking in-game content behind deluxe edition. There's like
that is weird too. Yeah.
There's like car shops, I think.
It's
tattoo shops, cosmetic
yeah, exactly.
things.
It's stores that you can only access if you have that particular version of the game. Which, like, okay, listen, it's like it's not pay to win at that point. It's not like it's
No,
gonna
but
give
it's
you
also,
any advantage.
Like, again, like having full stores locked behind an edition to me seems weird. Like I understand if you had a digital deluxe edition and had like skins from a previous game or some kind of other cosmetic visual bonus, but locking an entire section of the game behind that is weird to me, right?
But it's like DLC missions, or it's like DLC characters in a fighting game. It's like you just don't have access to that particular thing. It's not going to change the way the game plays naturally.
Right, but to me it's similar like how some car manufacturer, like, cool, you can have heated and cool seats for a monthly subscription. It's like it's already built into the car and you're going to make me pay for it to access it?
That would be crazy if
no,
heated
that
seats...
exists.
What? Are you fucking serious?
Yes, there are car manufacturers that make you pay a subscription for heated and cooled seats that are already in your car and you have to pay to access it.
That's crazy. That doesn't make any... Like, how do they remotely control that?
So, that's the thing, because again, it's a car that... I don't know if it's Tesla, but it's some...
That feels like a Tesla thing. Yeah, come on. That's
well, no,
that's
I think it's like
it.
the Escalades and all, like Mercedes,
like fancy
and
shit.
Yeah, it's like the high-end luxury cars,
hoity-toity cars
kind of things, right? But it's like, if it's already built in, why are you paywalling it?
It's crazy.
That's my thing. Like, I understand, yes, if there's DLC coming down the road, there's additional work you have to do beyond that, then yeah, you're going to pay for that. But if it's already there in the day one version of the game, why are you locking it behind a paywall?
Yeah, and I mean, listen, GTA 6 could just not have any more trailers and not have any more marketing, and they'd still make a bajillion dollars.
They've spent next to nothing on marketing this game.
They don't have to.
No, exactly.
Everyone's waiting for this game since 5, right? Like, it's the classic, like, oh, GTA 6 out? Yeah, it's like the meme game. And it's like, oh, shit, now I'm going to play it. Because and people are, like, booking time off. They're, like, saving the resources for this game.
There's the game release library, like, lineup coming up right now. Everything else coming out September. There is nothing coming out in October and November other than like some Barbie Dreamland.
Literally,
game.
I was gonna say Barbie.
Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
That's
remake.
the only other game that could like compete.
The only game that.
But that's
go
because
head to
like
head.
it's a remake and like people have played it, so they're not gonna like.
I was gonna say it's a different
crazy.
audience entirely.
Oh, for sure.
Play like Grand Theft Auto compared to Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, but with GTA 6, like the Sony, like their controversy obviously is based on consumers being like, oh, we don't want to fucking buy digital games or whatever. But it was right after GTA had announced that they were going to do the digital in the box version, right? And so Sony had this big like push for digital games on their store, and apparently this is reported that Rockstar, like, they asked Sony to scale back the GTA 6 branding because of the whole controversy about
the
digital.
PlayStation app on phones had like GTA print on the actual app front.
Yeah.
There was when you booted up PS5, it flashed like the GTA 6 logo kind of thing, because they're trying to be a big kind of, I guess, brand ambassador with like partnering with each other kind of thing. And then all this controversy came out, and there's like, yeah, we're going to teeter back, even though they're also going full digital only.
Yeah. So well, to be fair, they're kind of playing the devil's advocate of being like, yeah, there'll be one like in the future. And listen,
I still think it's like the pot calling the kettle black kind of thing.
For sure. But I mean, listen, GTA 5 came out on every, like, 3 different console generations. It released on 360 and PS3, then it came to Xbox One and PS4, and then there was a Series X and PS5.
I was going to say, other than Skyrim, I think it's one of the most released games.
Yeah, I think so. And then like Last of Us or whatever. Yeah. Because Last of Us came out on all 3 PlayStations. Right, because it came out PS3. There was a PS4 version, like remastered, and then there was
GTA came out on every console.
Yeah.
Every generation.
Yeah, each generation.
Same as Skyrim kind of thing, right? Where Last of Us is
So that means that GTA 6 is probably going to come out on PS5 and Xbox Series X, and then PS6, and then whatever Xbox's thing is, and then probably PS7, which is crazy to think about, like how far in the future that feels.
Well, because I was going to say, because that's the thing. How the industry is right now, there's thoughts on kind of what the future of technology is going to be. Is there going to be a numbered console system going forward kind of deal? Or are they going to go similar to how cell phones work now, where it's just, this is just the 2025 model of this phone.
Console every year? Oh my God.
2026. Well, they might just do
crazy. Oh my God.
Well, they might do small renditions, like say 2030 is when the PS6 comes out. I mean, people are speculating 27, 28.
That sounds so much like the future.
Right? But just say 2030 is when the PS6 comes out. They might wait till 2035 for a PS6 Slim kind of thing.
Yeah.
But they might just call it PlayStation 2036.
Ooh, okay.
And then say there's a Pro version in 2030, they might just call it PlayStation 2037 and just name it the year. And then, because that way it's small ups. Because technology is changing at such a rapid pace now that it's hard to kind of keep up with what's going on. Plus the increasing costs day after day, week after week, everything is shooting up in price. It's hard to plan for a decade for a new console and then have the price of everything shoot through the roof.
For sure. And I mean, like, look at like Xbox's sort of like potential strategy of, hey, we're not gonna even make a console. Like, we're gonna just make
they were gonna. I
like
mean, if they stuck to that
version.
plan where, hey, everything you own is everything you own is technically an Xbox. You can play on your TV. Play like it's banking on these cloud services, and if they could hold and harness that, that could potentially be a very strong future for gaming. But again, it comes with permanent subscription costs. You don't actually own anything.
If the cloud goes down, you don't have anything to play.
Well, I was going to say, well, then again, if it's cloud only, again, you still don't own your games because they're digital only.
Dude, my internet goes out at home. I can't watch TV. I can't play games. I
Not
can't
even
do
if your
shit.
internet goes down. If there's a hitch in the thing, if Sony people are logging on, that servers go down, or if it goes slower. Like, that's the big thing with PlayStation, right? That's the big joke is every Christmas Eve, every Boxing Day, PlayStation Network goes down because it gets so busy.
Everybody gets a new console and they just can't wait to play.
But if you're on a
Fortnite or
single
whatever.
player game, you can play it no problem because you don't need to connect.
Yeah, because you're not a fucking idiot.
But if you're on a cloud system,
Yep.
you're fighting with other Xbox players, other PlayStation players. Like, you're fighting against just the internet in general for connectivity.
What's also interesting is you like mentioning the whole like you get it on Christmas morning or Boxing Day or whatever. Like, remember that feeling of like getting a console on Christmas and being like, oh my god,
I
amazing.
remember having a like my Game Boy Advance SP when I was a kid. And then for Christmas, I got a DS game. It's like, oh, this is really cool because I got from my grandmother. It's like, oh, like, thank you so much. Like, trying to act grateful because like I was hurting a little bit inside because like, oh, this isn't for my console. Like, I don't have this. And then I got a gift a couple gifts later, and it was the DS. I was like,
hell yeah,
holy crap! Like, it was leading up to this,
That's
and then
awesome.
it was that burst of surprise. Like having that joy of unwrapping something is like joyful for children, right? Like, that is the holidays, that is Christmas.
If a console goes digital and is like it's a USB stick you plug
here's
in your
a card and,
exactly.
a 24-digit code you can go punch in somewhere. Merry Christmas. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not as impactful.
It's not as like, oh my god, like that video of the kid getting the Nintendo 64.
Oh
and
my
being
god,
like, Nintendo
yeah.
64.
Yeah, like, we're not going to have those in 20 years.
No,
we're not going to have those videos of kids being super excited to
stoked.
unwrap something.
But also maybe that'll change the game of people trying to find a PS5 on Christmas Eve for their kid so that their child doesn't like hate them forever because they didn't get them a PS10 or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, it'll definitely change the sort of like landscape of like not only just like the consumer part of it, but just sort of like the culture behind it, because then like kids today will grow up and like be like, hey, look at my collection of games, and they'll just be like scrolling through their Xbox or their PlayStation or whatever, whereas like we can be like, hey, check out this like copy of Jet Set Radio Future.
I was gonna say I have shelves full of PS2, PS3, GameCube, like Wii games, right? It's like, cool, I have the history of what I used to play.
And it'll totally affect the retailers that love that stuff, like the retro game stores and like even just like the current game stores. They can only sell so many pop figures and statues of anime girls.
I was gonna say I have the pop figures. I don't have the other stuff, but I've got the pop figures.
They're gonna have to start selling more of those. That's for sure. Yeah. Well, Sony, if you're listening, make good choices.
Sony's definitely listening to this podcast.
Somebody from Sony must be listening to this podcast. Come on, there's 8 billion people in the world. You think that and there's 8 billion podcasts? You think someone from Sony's not listening? But hey, if you are, just make it like external disk drive so I can plug it in and then play.
Well, I was gonna say that's the thing. Like, if they do like an external kind of thing, because I don't think they're gonna go completely diskless on their next console. They'll probably have some kind of external USB-C hookup that you can play Blu-rays or movies or anything from your past library, right? I don't think they're gonna go. Or at least have any kind of option where it won't be able to have some kind of physical disc on there, just because then you're giving up so much of your past library. But yeah.
But we don't want to do that. We don't want to give anything up. But yeah. Well, that's all I have to say about that subject. Let's get into a little way back playback.
Oh, damn. What you got?
Okay, so for way back playback that I brought this week, going back in time to I think the year 2001. Hang on, let me just make sure that's true.
A Space Odyssey.
We're going back to the great year of the 2000s just started. You got everything's fine up until the end of the year.
I mean, halfway through the year?
Most of the year is pretty good, I would say. Maybe
the
like
first 3 quarters.
Q1 through 3 is pretty good for everybody. Let's see. Okay, we're what, 6 years old?
Yep.
Okay, we're probably watching cartoons.
Yeah, where were you, Ryan?
Where were you? Yeah, where were you on that day? I was probably in class, man. When 9/11 happened, I was probably in grade 1.
I think, I don't know what day it actually was. Like what day?
I'm pretty sure it was September 11th.
Day of the week, asshole.
Couldn't tell you. Anyway, enough about international tragedies. Here's a international. This could be a tragedy. Who knows? Depending on your look at it. Okay, so we're gonna talk about a animated movie. Let's say it's a kids movie at the time.
Let's say it's a kids movie.
Listen, man, we're gonna get into it. Don't worry.
All right.
This is not a kids movie because there are some not kid friendly jokes. I am talking about the animated and live action feature film Osmosis Jones.
Dude, loved that movie.
Okay, so Osmosis Jones it's got Chris Rock in it as a white blood cell who is a cop. This is a like buddy cop movie, and it's partially animated in the inside the body parts, and it's live action in like outside, right?
It's Bill Murray, right?
It's so Bill Murray is Frank, who's a zookeeper. He's like super unhealthy.
It's like the host.
He's like the body of the whole city. Like so his body inside is this whole like utopia of like a city. So they've got buildings, they got traffic, they got police forces, they got
it's
everything.
like its own little world.
Yeah, exactly. So he's this like schmuck, and he is like just eating crap the whole time. So it's all about his body and sort of that reaction to it. So I made sure to watch it recently, and man, was I just flabbergasted by how like adult this was.
Okay,
so
I haven't watched this movie in probably well over 20
okay
years.
So let me just recap the basics of it. So basically, yeah, so Frank and his daughter Shane, played by completely no one. She didn't grow up to be anybody.
Rude.
No, seriously, like she's not in anything else. It's crazy.
Okay, she lost a life.
I'm happy for her, but she's not in anything that we know of. Anyway, so she wants him to be healthier because he's like eating crap. So he at the very beginning, so the inciting incident of this all is like he's eating an egg as a snack. Like they're at the zoo, and he's eating this egg, and then they're like by the monkeys, and then he drops the egg, and the monkey grabs it and then puts it in his mouth, and then he's like, "That's my egg. Give me that egg, monkey." And he starts like he literally starts like shaking the monkey, and the monkey ultimately spits it out. It lands on the ground, and then he picks it up.
No.
And he fucking
no.
eats it. And like, first of all, animal abuse for sure. Don't know how they got away with that. It's 2001.
I was gonna say it's early 2000s.
Early 2000s, they can get away with that. Anyway, so he eats the egg, and that egg has like bacteria on it, and that gets in his body. And that bacteria is the bad guy of the film, who is named Thrax, who's a virus voiced by Lawrence Fishburne, Morpheus from Matrix, and he is. Basically, the bad guy's plan is to like heat up the body, like raise the temperature, make him sick, and kill Frank in 48 hours because that's like the fastest.
Because that's how the body heats itself up to kill the bacteria.
Well, no, but it's like like fever temperature.
No, I know, but that's what the body does to kill invasive bacteria.
Right.
It's like, cool, I'm either taking us both out or just you out.
Yeah.
That's how fevers work.
But Thrax is like there's a new guy on the scene, so there's like this whole like crime syndicate that he's like trying to take over, and he is basically like literally killing people. Like there is a point in time where he like murdered a civilian just by like slashing him with his big red scary claw. But luckily on the case is Osmosis Jones, who, like I said, Chris Rock. He's like sort of a loose cannon cop, and he does his own thing. And so the white blood cells are like basically the police force, and sort of like they run the city, right? And germs are the criminals, so they stop them. So Osmosis Jones needs a new partner, and so Frank in the real world takes a cold pill, like Drixenol.
Okay, yeah,
right?
yeah. So
Tylenol
PM kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like basically like a Tylenol PM. And so he takes it, and then inside his body, that Tylenol, whatever, Drixenol, is Drix, which is like the David Hyde Pierce's character. So he's like this like RoboCop looking guy. He's like yellow and red, and he looks like a
He's got
pale.
like a bazooka on his
He's got a
arm.
bazooka on his
Yeah.
arm. Yeah, exactly. So he's come to be the sidekick, and so then Osmosis Jones and Drix team up, and
And of course, they get along super well right from the get go.
no, boy, are you wrong. They don't like each other at first.
What?
Because Osmosis Jones wants to do things his way.
Controversy?
Drix wants to do things his way. And what's really cool is that Osmosis Jones is 2D. Like, he's a 2D character. And Drix is like a 3D sort of render character. And the rest of the movie's live action. So it's like they're really combining all these like elements of film, which is really cool. And so the basically like they're trying to figure out like what's going on, like what Thrax's up to. And there's all these basically like scenes where they're in different parts of the body. So they're like in his nose, and it's like a big dam. So it's like a Hoover Dam. And then when Frank sneezes, all the snot just comes out and just blows through the dam. So ultimately the movie ends with Osmosis Jones and Thrax. They fight on the fake eyelash because they end up like basically
Outside the body.
they're outside the body, and Thrax makes Frank be like
Yeah, because it comes out like, through,
sick.
like a tear duct, right?
But yeah, so Frank gets sick, and he's at the hospital, and then they end up both outside of Frank's body, and then they make their way to the kid, the daughter Shane, and she's wearing like all this fake makeup and stuff, and they end up fighting like on her fake eyelash, and then this whole battle anyway. So yeah, so the reason this is not a kids movie, even though it's animated and directed at children, and also had an animated television series
I do
called
remember
Ozzy
that.
and Drix, where they had none of the original voice actors. They just had like sound-alikes, and it was way more kid-friendly.
Cool.
But here's
what was that on? That was
on like Teletoon. Like, we watched it on Teletoon.
I was gonna say, because I wasn't sure if that was like a Disney.
No,
show
I don't
kind of thing.
think so. I don't think it's a Disney movie. This movie is directed by the guy who did, the guys who did Dumb and Dumber.
Okay, that kind of explains, the humor.
Yeah, the Farley brothers, Bobby Farley and Peter Farley. So here's a few examples of some not kid-friendly jokes. So Osmosis Jones has in his locker in the precinct a calendar of the secretary of the mayor, but it's her face on top of like the Miss April of the calendar, and it's like a sexy photo, and it's like because he likes her, and it's like it's pasted over. At one point, he's reading a DNA monthly adult magazine. Like, I think that's like right at the beginning. Like he's like looking at like a centerfold, and being like, "Whoa!" And it's like a strand of DNA. The bad guy, like I said, makes a civilian horrifically bubble up and die. Like literally, like just like gets hot and just like blah, and then dies. Like straight up,
Explodes from the inside out.
pretty much. There's a joke where they're in a precinct, and there's a guy who gets arrested for stolen adrenaline, which is like, I saw mine, I never seen it. So it's like basically like weed. There's a club scene where they go to the Ozzy and Drix go to a club to try to get information about what's going on with this bad guy's plan.
The seedy underbelly.
Yeah, exactly. And it's first of all, it's in a zit, which is disgusting. And second, there's like go-go dancers like in pods and stuff like that, right? And then there's a great reference later on. There's like a car chase, and they're trying to figure out like, or trying to follow the bad guy and see where he's going, right? And Ozzy's like, oh, like he's going towards the uvula, and then Tricks like the dangly thing, and then Ozzy's like, oh yeah, we got to go to like his nether regions, and it's like, no, not that dangly thing. Classic. And some actual great jokes that were in this movie that I really appreciated was towards the beginning, there's these two cops that are just talking in a car. It's like the first 5 minutes of the movie. There's two cops talking, and the one cop, they're like asking each other like what they're doing for the weekend or whatever. And this one cop's like, oh, I'm going down to the kidneys to see the Stones. That's the first half of the great joke.
Yeah.
Second half is the other guy goes, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, like they could pass any time, which is a phenomenal Rolling Stones joke.
Yep.
Another one was Osmosis Jones when he's talking about his backstory to Drix, where he's kind of grew up. He said that he goes, my school was crack central because it was in the crack.
Yeah.
So in the butt crack.
Yep.
Hilarious. Again, not a kid's movie. There's a great visual gag when they're just cutting to like different parts of the city. There's apartments called the Love Handles. and they're just kind of like rocking back and forth. And you're like, oh, okay, gonna get that. There's a part where they are finding an informant in like the streets, and the informant is like in the midst of like basically like a cockfight, So he's got like a bunch of guys around, and they're all watching basically like two chickens fight.
Yeah.
But it's Osmosis Jones goes like, chicken pox fights. Great joke. Fantastic joke. There's a musical performance by Kidney Rock, which is Kid Rock.
Is it voiced by Kid Rock?
It's Kid Rock.
Oh my God.
And it's like an amoeba basically.
Okay.
It just looks like, and it's singing a Kid Rock song. Also, Kid Rock, very like problematic person now.
Yeah.
Back
I was
then,
gonna say he looks like an amoeba.
maybe not so much. There's a point. So one of the sort of incidents that happens is Osmosis Jones gets sort of demoted because he did something reckless where he made Frank throw up at a really inopportune time. While he was like chasing this like bad germ. And in the real world, it was Frank was at his daughter's like science fair and he ate these like really gross oysters because some kid had like a display, like a science display about oysters. And he's like, oh man, like are these any good? And then the kid's like, what? And Frank's like, oh, well, whatever. And he eats one of the oysters and he gets sick and he's talking to his daughter's teacher, who's played by Molly Shannon from SNL. And he throws up all over her. So much to the point that the newspaper gets a photo of it. The school paper gets a photo of it. It goes,
of course.
It gets so much media attention, and and it causes like his daughter to kind of be like socially ousted. Frank loses his job at this factory that was really good.
He got sick?
No, because he just like became like this laughing stock of the whole town.
That'd be a lawsuit these days. If you lost your job because you got sick at a school function kind of thing. Like.
But it leads to a really great joke later. So I guess the teacher takes out a restraining order on him because he's like. He's just a gross man.
Yep.
And so he shows up at the school and there's this field trip that like he wants to be a part of to like spend time with his daughter. And she's like, no, I'm not letting you on this trip or whatever. Like you embarrassed me and I don't want you anywhere near me. And she goes like, you wouldn't believe how embarrassed my children, Chuck and Ralph, were, like of all the teasing, which again, great joke, Chuck and Ralph. And then Bill Murray, Frank, goes like, and I heard your daughter Hurley wasn't too happy with her or something like that. And she's like, my daughter's name is Shirley. And he's like, the anchor on the news called her Hurley. Which again, fantastic writing. Again, the writer behind this is just so good. And then there's another funny bit where there's a point where, when Frank's temperature is like going really high, it's like getting over 100 or whatever, he's getting really sick, he's about to die. Everything's chaotic. The city's falling apart. People are like running around.
Shutting down.
Yeah, body shutting down. And for some reason, there's a band that's like, well, boys, you know what to do. And they just start playing.
Well, it's like Titanic.
Like the Titanic band playing as the ship's going down. And I'm like, why is that a reference in this movie? It's so funny seeing kids' movies and seeing the adult jokes now and getting them now and being like, oh my God, I can't believe they
that
said
would go over all of our heads as a kid.
Yeah, but that's because they write those for the parents who are like forced to sit through them with their kids. And
well, it's like the early SpongeBob episodes and stuff like that, right?
Or even just like Shrek movies or stuff like that.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, so
any of the DreamWorks movies, really.
Any DreamWorks movie is basically a movie for adults that kids get to sit through, or if they're lucky enough. But so Osmosis Jones was definitely a fever dream, no pun intended, of a movie. And yeah, like the crazy thing is that they were able to make it into like an animated series. I think it was like, instead of it being Chris Rock and David Hyde Pierce, it was like Phil Lamar, who is like a prominent voice actor, and Jeff Bennett, who's also a voice actor who's in a lot of stuff, right? And I forgot to say, William Shatner is the mayor of the body, so that's
nice,
also funny
classic.
to hear him show up. So yeah, the voice cast and the live action cast in this is really, really good. But it's just like, it's just funny watching it back and just seeing it, like all those, especially since it's like seedy crime underbelly vibes. And so it's just like, this is a kid's movie. I don't know, but it evokes the question of, what's the grossest thing you've ever eaten? And is it grosser than an egg in a monkey's mouth?
I mean, absolutely not. I mean, there's like gross as in like dirty things, which I don't think I've eaten much of anything that's like dirty, but it's like, you know, as a teenager, you just throw a bunch of shit on a sandwich and you eat it, right? Like I remember putting think like hot dogs and barbecue sauce and like a couple slices of cheese on a sandwich, eating that because I was like, cool. When you're a teenager, you're just looking for any kind of food to eat because you're growing, right? It's like, cool. Throw it in the microwave or whatever, and lunch. It's like,
just put it in a blender, drink it up.
well, I was gonna say, like, you eat that now, it's like, that looks disgusting, but it's like, as a teenager, like, cool. If it's on a plate, I'm eating it.
Yeah, you just don't understand. Like, yeah, this is probably bad for you.
Yeah, yeah.
There's so many foods that like now like you look back and you're like, why did I eat that? Like
I mean, like probably like what the world would consider gross. Like I remember like my grandmother and I having like liverwurst when we were younger.
Okay, that's like that just sounds gross.
But I mean, it's a British thing as well. Like my grandmother's British, and
Gotcha.
something she was accustomed to, and I didn't mind it, so I had it when she had it, and it wasn't terrible. Wasn't the greatest thing I ever had, but I know some people are grossed out by liver and liverwurst. So
yeah. And the other question I wanted to ask was like, have you ever had a fever so bad you just like you thought you were gonna die? Like, I don't think I'm not like, for me, I'm not like a huge like get sick person. Like I'll get like a few, days where I'm just like kind of scratchy throat.
I don't
sniffly,
know if it was a fever, but I was hospitalized as a kid from
Holy
being stung by a bee.
Oh damn!
On my behind my ear, because I have a bad allergy to grass, trees, and bugs and bees and everything like that.
Life.
Right? Basically, I was a bubble boy as a kid.
Yep.
But I got stung behind the ear. And I got a couple like bug bites that were really bad, and I was hospitalized because of it, because it affected my breathing, and I'm sure it probably gave me some kind of fever. I don't know to what extent, but I remember that from when I was a child. So
the only thing I've ever been to the hospital for, like as far as like anything really gnarly, is I broke my arm in kindergarten, my left arm.
Yeah.
What had happened was this is a very classic like my family story, so I love telling it. So my parents went to go see Mamma Mia.
Okay.
So they got tickets to go see Mamma Mia, and so it was just them, my mom
Like
and
the
dad.
movie or like the theatrical?
No, like the play.
Okay.
This is like way before the movie. I was like 5, right? And so it's me and my brothers at home. My brothers are a couple years older than me, and so they were looking after us. And
they did a great job.
Clearly, because we had this like recliner chair, but it wasn't like one of those recliners where it's sort of like a box base. It's more like it was on sort of a skinny base with like a big circle sort of stand, right? Yep. And apparently, I don't remember this part, but apparently this was told to me. I was wearing roller skates, and I got up on the chair, and I jumped off the chair, and I landed.
X Games.
And I broke my arm hitting the ground. And I think the chair fell on me. I don't know for sure if that was confirmed or not, but I think that was part of it. So I'm lying there, my arm's broken, my brothers are freaking out. So they get me onto like a pillow, and they call my grandparents to like come help, our neighbors. Luckily we lived across the street from a nurse, so that like was like helpful. Yep. And so then my grandparents showed up, and they drove me to the hospital to get operated on, and they put a cast on me and everything. And what was funny was my parents were still in the show, and so my grandparents.
I was saying, this is before like cell phones were widespread.
This is like there was cell phones. It wasn't the caveman times. Don't worry.
No, I know, but like widespread.
Yeah.
Right?
So my grandparents call my parents and say, "Hey, Ryan broke his arm, and we took him to the hospital." Blah blah blah. And my mom gets the voicemail, and she's listening to it at the intermission, and she's like, "Oh my god! Like Ryan broke his arm. Like we got like he's at the hospital. We got to go there." But they still finished watching the play. They still stayed, and I
cannot wait to ask your mom this story.
And I remember asking my mom years later. I was like, "Why did you not just leave?" And she's like, "We paid good money for those tickets. we gotta
get your money's worth, you know."
Yeah, right. You were in the hospital. It's fine.
I was gonna say you're in good hands.
Yeah, exactly. And then
them leaving the show is not going to heal your arm faster.
Yeah, exactly. And so then I remember like going into surgery and then waking up. My parents were there, and yeah, so I had a cast for weeks, and so that was probably like the worst, like just injury, not necessarily sick, but either way, my osmosis Joneses were going probably haywire in my system, freaking out.
I was gonna say, other than like the time I was sick in the hospital there, like the only time I was at the hospital for anything was when I got my wisdom teeth taken out.
Oh man, you were at the hospital for that? You didn't go to a dentist?
I don't remember.
Jeez, how much anesthetic did they fucking give you? Holy shit!
So they didn't give me anesthetic. Like they put me under. So like I was completely like I remember they put a gas mask on me, or whatever it was. They told me to pick a flavor because they scented the gas. They're like, you have like oranges, you can have banana, or you can have chocolate kind of thing. So I was like, I like bananas at the time, so I had bananas. What they didn't tell you is that it smells rotten.
Ew! What the fuck?
So for years after I got my wisdom teeth out, I would never touch, eat, or anything that had banana flavoring because it would always just immediately smell rotten to me and made me nauseous.
Just ruin it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't stand the smell of like balsamic vinaigrette. Like that's my
Any kind
like,
of vinegar, I hate the smell.
Like it's just like,
but
gross.
especially balsamic. I follow you on that.
Yeah, if it's like in a bowl, like on the counter, and it's just like a dirty dish, I'm just like, get it away, clean it fast.
I'm that way with onions as well. Like I hate the smell of onions.
Yeah, well, onions are just like a controversial food.
Yeah.
Just regardless, so. But yeah, Osmosis Jones. If you haven't seen it, go watch it for like a good time and just some funny Chris Rock jokes. And there's a point I forgot to mention. There's a point in the movie where he calls one of the characters by the actress's name, and they left it in.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, because they're like Brandy. I mean Leia. Because he's talking to the secretary that he really likes, and so the directors were just like, "That's hilarious, leave that in." Which like
you could get away with that kind of stuff in older content.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
all right, you ready to play a game?
Let's hit it.
All right, so for this week's game, we're gonna do a bit of an easier one. Just give your brain a little bit of a mental break.
You're gonna try to fuck me over on this one?
No, none of this, none of that. Bullshit. Yeah, no. This one's gonna be pretty straightforward. Okay, we are gonna play age golf. So how this works is I'm going to give you a celebrity, famous person. Someone you know, someone we know, someone we love.
Hopefully.
Don't worry. These are all people that you should know who they are. And you're just going to tell me their age, how old they are right now on the recording of this podcast day. And basically, par is going to be 30 because it's going to be within 3 years of each celebrity, and there's 10 of them. So if you get within 3 years over, it's par. If you get within 3 years under, it's par. If you get their age exactly, that's going to be just like hole in zero because it can't be one. So one is going to be one, obviously. And so if you get all of them, I'm going to keep score as well. If you get all of them within par, then cool, good job, congrats.
All right, cool.
I'll give you a prize or something, or give you a pat on the back and tell you that you're doing
good job, kiddo.
Good job, kiddo. Yeah, great work, chief. Okay, so make sense?
Sounds good.
All right. I'm gonna start off easy. This one's pretty simple. So this celebrity is someone who's very big right now and is promoting 2 movies at once. He's in the Odyssey. He's Spider-Man. Tom Holland.
It's our boy.
How old is Tom Holland?
So I do know he's like the exact same age as us. So 30 on the dot.
30 is correct. Yes.
Hell yeah.
It's very nice knowing that someone playing Spider-Man is like our age. So it's like we've won, our generation.
I mean, hey,
wins.
we're already there from like the original Tobey Maguire. It's like, oh god, we're complaining about our backs. So we fall down.
Well, also like remember Andrew Garfield was like 30 at one point when he was playing Spider-Man in Amazing Spider-Man. So that was like, whoa, he's 30, but we were probably like very young. We were probably like
I think
still
we were like, I was
teenagers.
gonna say like 15.
That would have been 2012, 2014. So like we would have been in high school and whatever. So yes, but okay, cool. So so that basically is a hole in zero. So you're doing a great start.
Let's go.
Okay, next celebrity is a massive movie star. They were a wrestler. They are a demigod, and they've probably done other stuff in between. It's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
What can I say except you're welcome?
How old is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson?
See, because like he could easily be in his 50s, easily be in his 60s, and be like, look like he's 40 kind of thing, right?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I'm
He's got that
maybe
ripped bod.
57.
He's 54. So
okay,
within par. So that's good. So you're doing okay. But yeah, I mean, looks great for 54. Like he's obviously he's like super buff and his workout regimen is like
I think
amazing.
he's drastically kind of toned down over the last couple of years because remember he was jacked.
Yeah, there was like a good amount of time where he was just like a monster. But yeah, right now he brings a gym everywhere he goes. Do you know that? Like,
well, he has his own like gym brand, right?
Probably. But yeah, he like when he's on set, he has like a personal gym that like goes.
He's
with
kind of
him.
like Adam Sandler brings a basketball court everywhere.
Pretty much. Okay, next celebrity. This is a pop star who is very popular with our generation and below. Mm-hmm. Very quirky, very cute. Sabrina Carpenter.
I think she's somewhere near us. I believe she's younger. I want to say like 28.
Pretty close. She's 27.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So she's only a couple years younger than us. I thought she was way younger. Like I thought she would be definitely like below 25, but
'Cause she was on Shake It Up, right?
no. She was on Girl Meets World. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yes. It was Zendaya.
Zendaya,
Yeah.
your girl Zendaya was on Shake It Up. But yeah, no, Sabrina Carpenter and Rowan Blanchard were like the main two on Girls Meets World, which was obviously Boy Meets World spinoff, like sequel series, and she was a voice in Milo Murphy's Law as well, which was like a.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh, it's like
that's
Phineas
like
and Ferb.
I was gonna say the Phineas and Ferb spinoff, right?
Yeah, she's in that too, and of course, like just major Grammy-winning pop star now.
Oh yeah, she's huge.
Yeah, she's great. I love her. Okay, next one. This actor has a role in many franchises: Star Wars, Marvel, Jurassic Park, and a million other things as well. It's the bad motherfucker himself, Samuel L. Jackson.
The GOAT.
Yes. How old is Samuel?
Again, this is
L.
another one.
Jackson?
It could be like 60s, 70s, 80s. Like he looks good for his age.
He's
right?
eternal,
And
for
if
sure.
I get this wrong and he's somehow listening to this, he's gonna come kick my ass.
Oh yeah, he's gonna beat you down.
Like
he's gonna go. You thought I was that old?
I'm like,
you thought I was that young? Yeah.
72.
He's 77.
Okay.
So we got within 5 on that one. But yeah, man, like looking good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just still badass to this day. Like, man.
And like there's talks and kind of him like hinting at wanting to do his own kind of spin-off show, like how they did
like a Mace Windu show?
Yeah, like how they
Yeah.
did like Maul recently as the animated form, or like a Kenobi kind of spin-off kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think that'd be awesome.
I feel like though for 77, I feel like that should definitely be an animated project. I feel like him doing flips and shit is like, sure, Ewan McGregor could like kind of do that, but like I feel like Sam Jackson's probably like, all right, I'm just
Like
I'm
he said,
tired.
like he'd be in for it. So,
That's
like,
awesome.
yeah,
Yeah. They could even do it like
he
the
loves that character.
Oh hell yeah! Like he could do it. They could do it like the animation style of like the old Clone Wars show, like the sort of Samurai Jack style.
I think they probably keep it to the newer style, just with
yeah,
Maul
yeah.
and everything that they're doing,
Like
and
sort of
like
the
the Bad
3D
Batch.
animation. Yeah, that
Because I
makes
mean, I think the Samurai Jack is quote unquote like considered a alternate universe kind of thing, so not in line with the current
A
storytelling.
little bit of Legends, non-canon
Exactly,
stuff.
exactly.
Okay, well then. All right. Well, speaking of legends, this next celebrity is an athlete, the greatest of all time in most people's eyes. I think he's pretty cool. He's been in the NBA for quite some time. It's LeBron James. LeBron James. How old is LeBron James?
I want to say like maybe 38.
He's old, but he's not that old. He's actually older. He's 41. 41 years old.
Okay, so I think I was within range.
Yeah, he
Okay.
got drafted in like 2003, and so yeah,
Jeez, how long? How long has he been playing for? This is
like
23 years
23
now.
years. Yeah,
wow.
he's been in the league so long. He was able to play with his own son on the Lakers.
That's
the first time
crazy.
that's ever happened where like a father and son duo has played basketball together, which is very funny. Yes, but yes, he's right now he's gonna play another season, but he hasn't said what team he's going to be on yet. So it's this big like mystery, and apparently it's like holding up the league. Like the scheduling of the league is like being delayed because of LeBron.
this one man.
Yeah. So they're trying to figure out like who's going to play on Christmas Day, because like
What?
No, okay. So like just side note. So on Christmas Day, there's always like 5 games that play that are like really really good
Why?
matchups because it's Christmas and people are off and they want to watch basketball, right?
No, I want to watch Home Alone.
It's true, but some people want to go see a basketball game. But so they don't know who to match up on basketball Christmas Day because LeBron hasn't said what team he's on. If he says he's going to be on the Boston Celtics, they're going to put up the Boston Celtics in a game. If he says he's going to be on the New Orleans Pelicans or whatever.
Imagine having that kind of power.
Yeah, for sure. But dude, he's the GOAT, man. He's like,
All right, enough about basketball. Move on.
all right, I can talk about basketball all day. All right, well, this next celebrity is a super mega star, probably the biggest person on the planet right now, transcending godhood at this point.
Oh, okay.
Taylor Swift. How old is Taylor Swift?
I think she's close to us, but slightly older. Cause like I know there was some videos like, oh yeah, like she was singing like 32 and like they showed her like
22? You mean?
Oh yeah. I don't know what the actual lyrics are, but it's like
Clearly not a Swiftie.
no, absolutely not. But you can never badmouth her because then they'll come for
they'll
you.
light the torches and get the pitchforks.
But I remember
out.
like I guess it was 22, but then one of her backup dancers like showing her like in fingers like 32 kind of thing, like showing like this is your actual age. I want to say okay, like maybe 36.
Look at you getting Taylor Swift. Maybe you are a Swiftie. 36 is correct. Wow, very good. I mean, hey, you could have easily figured that out with mental math because she has an album called 1989.
Yeah,
and that's
I totally know all her album names.
because you're a big Swiftie. Yeah,
big,
secret
yep.
Swiftie.
No, I'm pretty sure I only know her from like her country days.
Okay, Grandpa. Damn. Okay, well, here's someone you're more familiar with, and you've seen a lot more on screen and in movies, and probably only showed up to the set of The Mandalorian for one day. It's Pedro Pascal.
So we haven't seen him much on screen.
Yeah, you've heard his voice and maybe his body once. I don't know, but how old
This
is
is another one. It could be like 50s, could be 60s, but like,
I don't know if it could be 60s.
well, I don't know, because like these like large celebrities have like so many like health specialists.
Ozempic.
Like,
yeah.
exactly. They can look 10 years younger, right? Like,
Yeah. Okay. Well, how old is our boy Pedro?
57.
He is 51.
Ooh.
Which is crazy to think that he's even in his 50s, but the guy looks good. And I mean, he wasn't doing any of those stunts. Let's be real. He took his mask off for the
Maybe
10
I was gonna say
minutes.
maybe in the first season, but
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, he's more the old Joel on Last of Us vibes, I guess. So like that makes more sense because he's like older.
let's not get into that, Sean. Move on from that.
Touchy subject. Okay. All right. Well, another Game of Thrones universe actor also had a big movie this summer. It's Supergirl herself, Millie Alcock.
I did not realize she was in Game of Thrones.
She was on House of the Dragon, which is like the spinoff.
I mean, regardless, I haven't seen either of them.
Fair. Yeah. But yeah, but you've seen Supergirl.
I think she's similar in age to us. 28.
Pretty close. She's 26.
Okay, all right,
Yeah, she's
not
in her
far
20s.
off.
Yeah, she's a Gen Z actress, right? So, yeah, I mean, she hasn't been in too much. So she's kind of like up and coming.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's definitely got that sort of like youthful vibe, and I mean, I still prefer Melissa Benoist's Supergirl. That's just me. But,
I mean, I'm really excited to see what they do with the next Superman movie because I think she's supposed to be in it. I think they're bringing in Blue Beetle.
I've heard rumors of that too. Yeah.
And then like I want to see like the Lex armor kind of thing.
Oh,
right? Like,
yeah.
that looks I
can't
wait.
I hope they go like just comic accurate, like purple green, like just do it all.
Like big bulky. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I want it to
like
look
Hulkbuster, but like
just
Hulk colors.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna shift gears a little bit here. Maybe on the opposite end. It's a sci-fi legend. He was on the original Star Trek series. Captain Kirk himself, William Shatner.
Oh my! No, that's not.
That's
him.
George Takei
That's
from
George
Star
Takei.
Trek.
All right.
I'm talking William Shatner, the Shat Man.
The what?
The Shat Man. You ever seen that commercial where he's like, "I'm Will Shat," and it's like, "I will Shat great" or something like that. It's like a fiber breakfast cereal commercial. Anyway, William Shatner. How old is William Shatner?
Is he like 88?
He's 95.
He's 95 years old.
He's
Holy
95.
shit.
I found that out today, and I had to add him to the game because I was like, "What the hell?" That I thought he was for sure like in his like 70s. Like I thought he was like way younger.
Maybe he was in the 70s during the filming of that show.
Yeah, maybe.
My dad is a big Trek head.
Oh, mine too. I think it's a big dad show.
Is it a Trek head or Trekkie? It's like
Trekkie.
Yeah.
Trekkie. Yeah. But yeah, man, like that's 95, like
That's
almost 100
insane.
years old. He's only 5 years younger than like Dick Van Dyke and like only a couple of years shy.
I wonder
of,
if like
Betty
the
White
king
was.
is still going to do the thing where if you reach 100, you like get a handwritten note kind of thing.
I think
remember like
that's-
the Queen used to, I don't know if you have to be from England or have to have some kind of British heritage where if you hit 100 years old, like the royalty at the time would like write you a letter. or
Well, he is
something like
Canadian, so
Yeah.
so that's quite a possibility. Okay. So we got one more celebrity left, right? Here's what's on the line here. So you have right now your score, you're swinging 27.
that. Okay.
Par is 30,
All right.
right? Okay. So if you get this under 30, then I'll eat 2 Pop-Tarts in a row at the same time.
Big stakes.
Yes. And if you don't, if you're over 30, then you have to eat 1 Pop-Tart and then put the other in a baggie, and then eat it a week later.
You're a madman.
A
Madman, I say.
Listen, man, I'm gonna change your perspective. It's gonna be great. Okay, our last celebrity here for Age Golf is the man behind the mask of both Iron Man and soon to be Doctor Doom.
Ooh.
Our father, Robert Downey Jr. How old is Robert Downey Jr.?
Because again, like he looks good for his age, but also there was a stint like after he gave up like the Iron Man mantle where he had like an all vegetarian diet. He looked rough for a little bit.
He was tired.
He's like, you can rest now.
You can rest now. Yeah, exactly. But yes, how old is he now though?
Like he could be in his 50s. He could also be in his 60s, I think. 57?
He's 61.
Jeez.
So that means you were within 4, which means...
Am I 1 over?
You're 1 over.
God
par.
damn!
Get ready to eat 1 Pop-Tart at a time, baby. Oh,
Like a madman.
Yo, no, like a cost-effective savant of procurer of finer things, you know?
It's a Pop-Tart.
It's delicious. Was what
They are. That's why you eat 2 of them.
No, you just save 1 for later.
Okay, so what am I supposed to do? Use half a toaster?
You don't have to toast them. You can just eat them raw, dude.
Yeah, but they're better toasted.
Well, that's a different debate altogether. Well, I mean, hey, listen, you did pretty good for what it's worth. So you know.
For someone who doesn't know celebrities all that well and
It's true.
sucks at golf, like
So you know what's really funny? I used to think that anytime a celebrity was like in their 30s, that was sort of like this ambiguous age of like, I don't know how old they are. They must be in their 30s. But now...
Now that we're in
now
our
that we're in
30s?
their 30s, to me that's 40 or more. I'm like, oh, I don't know what their age is.
it always goes up a step.
Like
yeah.
I can tell when someone's 50, I can tell when someone's 60, I can tell when someone's in their 20s, but like as soon as, and now it's 30s because I'm like, oh, they're like kind of close to our age. But when it's ambiguous of like look, I'm like, okay, they're probably like 40.
But it's also like sometimes I see someone's like, okay, you look like you're 14. It's like, no, they're 21. It's like, what? How?
Yeah.
You look like a child.
Or like they could look like they're 30 and they're actually 20, or they look like they're 20 and they're actually 30. Yeah, it's crazy. But yes, well, that's all we have for this week of the Side Quest podcast. Before we go, though, we do have some important information to share with y'all. So, to make a podcast and to make a gameplay takes quite a bit out of you, especially when you have jobs 9 to 5, and in your case, 2. So, not that we don't love you. We do. We are very proud of you all. But we are going to take a little bit of a release hiatus. And what I mean by that is we're not going to have too many releases in the next month or so. Probably not for the month of August. Maybe more.
There might be like a side gameplay video here and there.
So this episode will come out, and then we'll probably release 1 more gameplay. And then for August itself, because that'll basically put us to the end of July. For August itself, we'll probably not have many releases. Rest assured, we are still making stuff. Yeah. It's just we're
working on time frames, we're working on tech stuff, we're working on how to better bring you guys a better product as well.
Yeah. And we're just trying to get our workflow down so that we're not feeling like we're, crunch timed or, trying to play catch up or whatever.
I was gonna say, with 3 jobs between us and school and everything else going on in life, we're just trying to figure out how to properly flow with this channel.
Yes. And the technical stuff's one thing. Being able to edit is another thing, and costs and stuff like that. So, so if you don't see an episode from us for a little bit, that will be why.
We're not gone.
We're not gone. We're just, working in the background. We're on a side quest of our own, if you will. So just keep an eye out on our socials. Follow us on Instagram, Side Quest Pod Games. And of course, youtube.com/@SideQuestPodGames to make sure that you don't miss when we come back from our little summer break. And hopefully we can make some content that is stuff that we're happy with, stuff that you're happy with, and doesn't make us want to fall asleep into an eternal pit of slumber and fly into the sun.
We miss you already. We'll be back soon.
Yes. So for now, have a great week. Be on the lookout for our Controller Chaos game coming out a week after this. And have a great summer, guys. Like, just enjoy the hotness and wherever you are, or maybe it's cool.
Or I was gonna say hide inside with the AC where it's nice and temperate.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, bye now. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Love you. Bye.